Welcome to Second Shift. Thanks for clocking in with me. My name's Brady. I just wanted to introduce myself on here a little bit and give you kind of an idea of what's going to be happening over here. So just to give you a little bit about myself and kind of set our baseline of what's going on. I live here in Northern California. I like to fish. I would consider myself a rookie fisherman. When I say rookie fisherman, I understand some of the basics. I understand the difference between a bait caster, a spinning reel, crankbaits, worms, all the other main types of bait. Now, the difference between when to use them and all that very specific stuff, that's where my knowledge starts to go away. As I have perused YouTube a lot, one thing that I found in common with all these fishing channels that I like to watch and learn from is all these guys out there, they're talking about all this stuff, showing you all these things, and they're talking about all this gear and the rods and the stuff that they have, and they've got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment. They're professionals. They're fishing all these professional tournaments, all this stuff. Not professional. I'm just a guy with an old little boat, a handful of rods and reels, and a desire to learn. So, where does that leave us? Well, like I said, I'm a rookie fisherman, and I have a desire to learn more. I eventually would love to be one of those guys running up and down the tournament trail, but I'm a long ways away from that, and I thought I'd take you along on the journey. I'm going to be going on this journey anyway, and I thought, I've got a camera, I've got a mount, I might as well document it. If I can help at least one person out on their journey, make it feel like they're not alone trying to navigate what is this honestly crazy industry, crazy sport. Most guys are out there with a Walmart fishing pole, a Bass Pro brand fishing pole, and it's kind of hard to relate to some of these guys that are, out there with all this money when you're first starting out. So that's where we stand here. Now that we've kind of established a little baseline, I hope you stick around for the journey. If you're watching this in the future, hopefully that things progress a little bit more than me just kind of wandering aimlessly out on the water trying to figure stuff out. But in the meantime, let's go fishing. So I don't have a lot of poles. I don't have super expensive poles, but our bait caster right here is an Octane. The reason I bought it, it was on sale at Sportsman's. It is a 7-foot, medium heavy, fast action. We've got ourselves a 6.1 to 1 gear ratio. We've got the Shakespeare Xterra spinning reel right here. I just kind of acquired it, was on the boat. I had a shorter little Abu Garcia that I would run when I was trout fishing. I needed something a little bit bigger. It's just got this Rhino Tough 6.6 medium rod on there. I had a different rod for this, but the tick bot broke off and I needed something quick, and this is what they had on Sportsman's. That wasn't going to cost me an arm and a leg. It kind of goes with this little not super expensive Shakespeare. This last one here, I originally bought it to be my wife's fishing pole when she was kind of coming out with me. It's a Proficiency spinning reel. This is actually a pretty nice little rod. It's a 6.6 medium rod. She picked it specifically because she liked this color. I told her to pick out a fishing rod that wasn't super expensive and I'd buy it for her last summer. And she's like, I like this one because I like the color. So it's actually a pretty decent little rod to throw some spinner baits and some lighter stuff with. Actually, surprisingly really like this thing. But that's kind of what we're working with here. My hope is to slowly acquire some new stuff. Hopefully get some insight from those you guys in the comments. But enough talk. Let's get to fishing. It's a pretty lovely morning out here on a good old Lake Orville. Now, I have never been successful with a topwater plopper. I don't know if it's stubbornness, stupidity, what it is, but for some reason, I just keep going back to it every once in a while with the hope that something will come of it. But generally, nothing ever does. Am I still green? I am still green. It means I am still connected. My little mic is hooked to my hood because I am honestly clumsy and afraid if I don't hook it here, I will launch that sucker into Timbuktu. Now, it could be quite annoyed. Now, fish finders are a magical entity to me. I understand the concept of how they work. However, do not fully understand how to use them, what the different frequencies are. And I just quite can't wrap my brain around it. While we are just floating into our spot, let me give you a brief boat tour of Level casting deck. I've got this nice little area, trolling motor battery down there, a little bit of storage. Then we got our live well right here. My DIY carpeting job down here. The gun wheel needs to be replaced. You can probably see it right there on the gas cap. It's kind of broken down from all the gas getting spilled over there, but that was happening before it was my boat. We got our little lowered section down here. A little bit of storage, rod storage in the back. That is my tackle storage currently. I don't have a good tackle storage solution. Once again, not a whole lot of storage on this boat. It is a deep V, but we sit pretty low. There's some side rail storage and the gunwales. We got our Honda 4-stroke in the back. I don't know what size it is off the top of my head. It doesn't quite say on the size. It probably says somewhere. But yeah. So let's drop the trolling motor and see what's going on. So from what I can, I don't know, decipher from the fish finder, is that it seems that there are bait fish, schools of bait fish moving around. Let's test the 450, 455, and see what kind of difference that makes. Are things clearer? The answer is, I don't know. Some pretty decent luck out here on this side of the lake with this square bill. But who knows? You know, like I said, I don't quite know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going for it. And that is generally, right now, my philosophy. Maxed out my line again. Probably should switch to the bait caster. However, my leader line popped off quite recently, and I realized that when I got home from last time I was fishing, when the leader line popped off, I realized this morning that I didn't fix it. There is braid on there. I'm still trying to figure out the bait caster thing, and someone said that when you're learning how to use bait caster, that braid is a little bit easier to figure out. You knot a lot less, or get rat's nest a lot less. So I had some mono on it, and that was the issue, and I got rat's nested so bad that I couldn't get it off, and I had to cut it off. So that's where we're at with the bait caster. Some, I believe, 30-pound braid. Don't remember. I, on my lunch, had to go by the welding supply store to go pick up some parts. And it just so happens to be that near it is a local bait shop. And they're a nice little bait shop. I like to support local. However, they did have just one brand of fishing line. Could not tell you the brand. I had never heard of the brand. But they had one brand of fishing line, one kind of braided line, and I think it was 30-pound green line. So that's what I got. And frankly to say, works. That is the philosophy right now. Whatever works, works. So, you don't need to have a fancy kayak, fancy bat boat, bass boat to get out here. You don't even really need a boat. I really hope that's a fish. But I can't quite tell if that is a fish or I caught the bottom. That, yep, she's a fish. It does not seem that I got it in the mouth. Looks like I got him in the gill. Come here, buddy. I do apologize. Seems that I have snagged him in the side. My condolences, friend. I'm going to try to pull this out as best I can without doing too much damage. Well, first fish of the day, and we did not actually get him. Right, I need a pair of pliers because he is a little stuck. Hold please, buddy. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. I have a tendency to stick myself with hooks. So these pliers sometimes are my best friend because I feel like I can get a better grip on it. And that treble hook is stuck. There we go. Well, first fish of the day. Not very big. Not a very big guy, but first one. Adios, buddy. Keep these pliers up here. So, so we're in the right area. Maybe the right bait. Who knows? That's why I kind of side hooked him. Hopefully you can kind of hear the fish jumping. I don't know how well this mic picks up ambient stuff. The GoPro mic picks up ambient stuff pretty well. I did not turn on the trolling motor. That makes a lot more sense of why I was just drifting when I was doing that. So, casting. Where the heck is that going? That is going on the wrong side of that tree from where I want to be. And I would not like to get stuck in said tree. So we are going to move around to the other side of it, so that way I don't have to drag this crankbait over top the log. Ah, man. It's gonna be a good day. If I tell myself that it's gonna be a good day, it's gonna be a good day. Sometimes a little bit of blind faith goes a long way. Of course, we managed to make our situation worse here. How did we manage that? I don't know. Let's try not to fall in. Let's try not to lose the mic. There we go. Got it out of there. No damage. No mic in the water. We did not have to abandon our little friend here. Things are happening. Fish are jumping. We kind of caught one. I was not 100% sure if I had one on or if it was just... Let's tilt that camera up a little bit. I'm not 100% sure if I had one on or not, because I kind of got him in the gill. I don't know if he was kind of coming after it and I just side hooked him, or if I just kind of happened to be buzzing by on him, but he was kind of doing a little weird flips and tricks. Wasn't quite fighting as well as just along for the ride. So, did we get one on the boat? Yeah. I don't think it really counts though. I'm not gonna count it. gonna give myself like a 0.5 fish. Like, yeah, one made it in the boat, but like, it's kind of cheating. We're just winging it. I think it's time to switch baits. I think I want to try something. Is it gonna work? Don't know. Are we gonna try? Yeah. So I got this new little Boom Boom frog. It's 2.5 inch, 3/8. It's got frog fur on the top. I don't know. I have a little topwater frog. I haven't used it very much. Like I said, I'm not a big topwater bait guy. I'm trying to become a little bit more diverse in the type of fishing I do, because I understand that you gotta adapt, hover. I am stubborn, and for a while was nervous about kind of stepping into the unknown, per se. So I never really mess with the topwater stuff because I was kind of scared of it. But, you know, we're here now. And you're not here to watch somebody do something comfortable. You're here. No, hopefully you weren't here expecting a tutorial. You're here watching a guy trying to feed his line back through this. Like I said, leader line on this got lost. I set that down. It might make this easier on myself. Leader line fell off. Probably had something to do with me tying the leader line not wrong. I don't know. I did the best I could with the tools available to me. The tools available to me were YouTube. I'm assuming it's supposed to float. Eyeballs up. There is a little bit of a twist in there. Definitely from the line being able to move around. That does not. See, fish are jumping. I'm here screwing with my line. Story of my life. If you were here to watch me fish, you are unfortunately the wrong spot. Holy smokes, this sucker is. Welcome to second shift angling, where we don't spend a whole lot of time fishing. We spend a lot of time cleaning up rat's nests. To be honest, I think I unreeled enough on there. I mean, I unreeled a lot. That statistically, well, reality, it's not really gonna make it. Let's just, rub my line through my pliers. That's good for them. Good for it. Realistically, I'm not gonna make it right now to where it's all jacked up. It's just gonna be hidden, and we are going to just go with it, because of all the rain we've been getting. Okay, I need to adjust the brake on this because that just got all kind of messed up again. There we go. I do understand the brake a little bit. You're supposed to let it out, let it hit the water or something, and if it winds out, then you know you've got to fix it. Well, tighten it up. So, I don't know. But we have gotten a lot of water because of all this rain, which means that this reservoir is nice and full. And last time I was here, it was probably a solid 5 to 10 feet lower because I in fact could not take the boat this far back. I mean, it looks like I probably could. Well, maybe. What the heck did I do here? Well, it seems that I somehow managed to miss an eyelet. I don't know how you're supposed to hold your rod for a frog in relation to the water. I'm assuming like we're now up. Now I know there's going to be people at some juncture. Ooh, there's a fish right there. Talking about me using a left-handed bait caster. Now, I don't know who thought it was a good idea to make spinning reels reel with your left hand and then bait casters reel with your right hand. I am right-handed, however, I've used spinning reels all my life, and I've just gotten used to casting with my right, reeling with my left. And the idea that you cast with your right hand and then switch to your left hand and then reel with your right is just, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. There's probably some weird reason. I don't understand said reason. So we buy left-handed reels. I don't know how much of a win it is. I don't know if it's smacking the water so hard is a good thing or not. I don't know if I should like side cast it and kind of like plop it in the water, or if I should, you know, do what I'm doing and just hook it. Well, it seems that our friend went on a journey. It broke in the center. I probably got like quite a bit of line. Snag the line, pull it in. Because it's shallow right here. Get the heck out of Dodge. That is a Well, that's cool. See what the fish finder says. We just kind of buzzed over that spot. Not a whole lot of fish over there, as says the fish finder. We're trying a new camera angle, kind of more towards the back of the boat. Bass fished a little bit when I was younger, but it's really been over 10 years. Probably closer to 15 years since I've really done a lot of fishing. I don't know why I needed to grunt. Let's test out a different color topwater. Let's test out this guy. Kind of got a little tigery stripe color to him. A little bit closer over here and see if this little topwater is the juice. Gonna start casting as we get a little close. It's going a little too slow. He's not quite plopping and popping. Tree. Woo! Even the old one too. Old one too, Yahoo. Tree magnet. Tree. Different branch. Same tree. Different branch. Same tree. No. So, for the folks at home, I am not reeling in a big old bass. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how I manage this. I will say, it does attest to the strength of the line, though. Ooh, she's a big one. Oh, man. Well, it is not a fish, but we did land it in the boat. That's got some tension to it. So, about 1 pound. A little over 6 feet tall. So that was a pretty nice catch. Back to the water you go, buddy. And it's pretty waterlogged, so that sucker's sinking. Well, that's first. So that's cool. I just don't know what to throw. I don't have a whole lot of options. I don't know if I throw something bigger. That's on the top. Random worms. Random worms, random worms. Pre-rig, pre-rig. Random worms, random worms. Spoon something. Little worms. Little worms. Spoon. Something. Jerkbait. No. I just hooked this jerkbait out here. Just because. Interesting. Well, jerkbait to the rescue. Do, 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 do. So there's lots of stuff going on. Now, this braid just is not it. There's lots of fish jumping up over there. Okay, hear me out. We take our little jerkbait buddy off. Because, you know, I'm not here for records. I'm here to catch a few fish. Have a good time. We didn't put the popper back. So, of course we didn't. Why would we put things back where it goes? Makes too much sense. Ooh. There is a little... There's some rocks. A little outcropping here. I was a little closer to it than I thought. There we go. Oh yeah, buddy. She's not super big, but oh, there's a second one right there. I was trying to play. Come on, buddy. Oh yeah. All right. Heck yeah. Well, I managed to catch it on camera. My first ever topwater catch. I think it's pretty cool. Man, that was cool. I watched him come right up on it. And just get a hold of it. A back treble hook kind of snagged him in that fight. Make sure I'm not going to hit anything, but here we go. Our first ever topwater catch. Don't have a digital scale. I need to get a digital scale. Looks kind of Get a weight on him. About a pound. Nice. Very nice guy. Whoa. That was interesting. I don't know if he like saw it and changed his mind. Or like got spooked. It's kind of interesting. He like was gonna like T-bone it, but like didn't. It's weird. That was just straight up in the air, but still in a good distance. What the heck? In the trees again. I don't know how I managed that. I wasn't in the tree. I think the wind blew my line over it. Don't lose the mic. I feel as if I just keep making this worse. Okay, there's that, there's that. Don't lose the mic. Oh, lean it over the side. Son of a gun. I will come press that button in a second. For now, just gonna listen to angry fish finder. Saved it. Tree. Again, I'm catching more trees than bass. I don't know. I don't know what tree I'm up to. There's... put a grand total somewhere. Hopefully, the total goes down over time. Right where I was wanting to fish to. Quite unfortunate. Okay. Another tree has been captured. It's going to be easier just to break that off. Not as big as the last one. She's little, but you know, can't always catch the big ones. Of course, there's some decent sized bass right underneath me. Goodbye, buddy. Go be one with nature again. Well, I think that might be all she wrote. So, about time to pack it up, head on in. Unfortunately, to deal with second shift over here is that's a lot of water. Part of the reason why we settled on second shift is it's not my full-time gig, more of a hobby. And probably most of you guys watching, it's a hobby. So putting in the first shift at work, putting in the second shift out on the lake. In any case, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe. I haven't quite decided on what the what these are gonna entirely look like, but if you're interested, go ahead and stick around. We'll see.